He smirked when he walked in hand with her. Perfume too sweet, dress too red, his tie chosen to match. He wanted me to flinch, to break. Instead, I breathed in, steady. I had waited for this day. The judge adjusted his glasses, glanced at me, then at him, still grinning like a boy who thought he'd beaten me at a game he didn't even know I had invented. Then came the words. Calm, ordinary, deadly. "Ma'am," the judge said, "as owner of this courthouse, how would you like to proceed?" Silence. His grin cracked like glass hit with a hammer. I reached into my bag, pulled out the broom I'd brought just for him, and set it between us. My voice didn't shake. "Your new job starts today. Sweep the floors you walked out on." His laugh caught in his throat. It hadn't always been like this. Once, he was the man I trusted. We met in a library, of all places. He spilled coffee on my notebook, then spent hours helping me rewrite every word. He said he loved the way I underlined passages like they were secrets meant only for me. He built me up with words like bricks, walls of affection, promises layered on promises. I believed him, believed in us. But love is a dangerous currency. When it's spent, it leaves debt. The change was small at first. Late nights at work, phone face down. My questions brushed aside with the kind of casual ease only a practiced liar can manage. Then the perfume, different from mine, clinging to his shirt when he hugged me hello like it belonged there. I told myself I was imagining it. That doubt was a poison I wouldn't drink. Until one night, he left his phone on the counter, lit up with a message. "Last night was perfect. Can't wait for forever." I didn't cry, not then. I read it twice, 3 times, until the letters blurred. My hands shook, but my mind was cold, clear. That was the moment I stopped being his wife. That was the moment I became his reckoning. He thought I'd confront him, shout, beg. That's what guilty men expect. But I stayed, quiet, patient. I let him think he was clever. While he snuck out for her, I was building. Papers, signatures, documents he never read because he never looked at the things that mattered. He signed away shares, properties, rights, hidden in plain sight inside forms I slid under his nose with a smile. And the courthouse, our courthouse, he thought was just another building in my family's name. He didn't know I'd shifted ownership, tied every legal thread so tightly that when the day came, he wouldn't just lose me, he'd lose his throne. I sharpened my silence into a blade, and I waited. Divorce day. He strutted in like a conqueror. She followed, eyes bright, oblivious, thinking she'd won the crown. I almost pitied her. Almost. He leaned over, whispered as if to twist the knife. "Try not to look too bitter." Bitter. The word echoed. He'd never know how wrong he was. The judge cleared his throat, looked at me, and then spoke those words. "As owner of this courthouse." I watched the blood drain from his face. He stammered, What do you mean, owner?" The judge didn't answer. He didn't have to. I reached for the broom, laid it before him like an executioner's axe. My voice was steady, almost gentle. "Your new job starts today. Sweep the floors you walked out on." He opened his mouth, closed it again. The girlfriend's hand slipped from his. She stepped back, already calculating her exit. I saw it in his eyes. The collapse. The realization that every step he'd taken away from me had led him here, to this moment, to this fall. People think revenge is fire, wild and burning. They're wrong. Revenge is ice. It waits. It preserves. It makes every detail sharp, every cut precise. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The walls of the courthouse My courthouse carried my words for me. He bent, trembling fingers closing around the broom, and I walked away. Later, when I stepped outside, the air was clean, crisp. I filled my lungs, felt the weight lift. I wasn't his wife anymore. I wasn't his victim either. I was the woman who watched betrayal unfold, who chose silence over chaos, calculation over despair. And in the end, I didn't just take back my life. I took his crown, his pride, and left him with nothing but dust. Justice doesn't always come from a gavel. Sometimes it comes from a broom.